Don't waste time. Your evenings matter more than you think. Hello, everyone. It's Tina here, and welcome to A Tea with Tina. Today, I want to talk about something simple, but surprisingly important. Something most retirees never stop to think about. I want to talk about your evenings. Those quiet hours after dinner, from about 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, when the day slows down, the house gets quiet, and it's so easy to drift without realizing it. Most people retire and think, well, the day is done, I'll just relax now. But here's the thought that stopped me in my tracks. If you spend 4 hours every evening doing nothing meaningful, and you do that for 25 years of retirement, that adds up to more than 36,000 hours, which is the same as 4 entire years of your life. 4 years. Think about it. Not of childhood or work or travel, but 4 years spent in the evening hours, often without intention, without purpose, and without joy. When I realized that, it made me step back and think, how many of my evenings have I treated as disposable? And that's what I want to talk about today. How important those hours really are, and how easily they can disappear if we're not careful. Before we get back to today's video, I want to share something that can really help keep you safe online, especially if, like me, you use Wi-Fi at home, at coffee shops, or even when you're traveling. It's called NordVPN. Now, you might be wondering, what is a VPN? VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. Think of it kind of like a secure tunnel between your device and the internet. Here's why I use NordVPN. It's safe on public Wi-Fi. If you're at the airport or the library or staying in a hotel, you never know who might be watching. NordVPN keeps your connection private. Fast and easy. With one click, you're protected. I also love that NordVPN lets you connect on multiple devices. So if you'd like to try it out, use the link that you see on screen. I would also like to say thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring my video today. The retirement evening trap. Evenings change completely after you retire. There's no coming home from work. There's no shift from busy to relaxing. So there's actually no structure. You simply move from one part of the day into another. And the evenings become this quiet, unplanned space. And when life gives us unplanned space, we often fill it with hours of television, endless scrolling, or sometimes drinking out of boredom or loneliness. Not intentionally, not because we don't care, but I think because the structure is gone, and drifting feels easier than choosing. So many retirees have told me that the evenings are the hardest part of the day. Not the mornings, not the afternoons, the evenings. My evenings after losing Norm, After Norm passed away, the evenings became even harder for me. During the day, there were things to keep me moving: appointments, errands, chores, conversations, family visits, kind of the normal rhythms of life. But after dinner, the apartment got very quiet. And that's when the grief felt heaviest. Norm and I always ended our days together. We'd sit in our chairs, we'd talk about our plans, we'd watch something light on TV, or simply just enjoy being side by side. But when that was suddenly gone, the evenings became this empty, echoing space. I'll be really honest with you. I didn't turn the TV on for a whole month after Norm passed, because we had shared those moments together. I remember thinking, what do I do with these hours now? How do I move through this part of the day alone? It would have been so easy to disappear, I guess, into numbing habits, to sit, to watch, to scroll, to let the quiet just swallow me up. But I felt I had to be intentional, not to waste the time and not to let the evenings completely disappear. And you know what? Evenings are still good hours. And actually, the surprising thing is, evenings are some of the best hours of the day. We just forget that once we retire. In the evenings, you're awake. Your mind is still alert. You're not exhausted from work anymore. You have peaceful, uninterrupted time. In retirement, the evenings can be peaceful, creative, and reflective. They can be social, productive, or deeply meaningful, but only if you choose to shape them. I think so many people treat the evenings as if the day is over, but the day isn't over. You still have 2 or 3 hours of good, valuable life left, and those hours add up. Over the course of a retirement, they add up to years, years you can use or lose. Healthy ways to use your evenings. Here are a few small things that helped me, and they may help you too. Do one meaningful thing. Not a big project, just something small. Write a memory. Read a chapter of a book. Call someone. Maybe organize one drawer that you've been putting off doing. Or plan tomorrow's one thing. I'm really quite good at that. I often write down what I'm going to do tomorrow. A tiny bit of purpose turns the entire evening around. Create a warm ritual. For me, it's a cup of tea. I love tea in the evenings. Something gentle that fills the time with comfort instead of emptiness. How about stepping outside? 5 minutes of fresh air does wonders for you. How about taking a short walk or even having a look at the sky? You know what, that is really relaxing. But maybe just take a moment to breathe. The other thing is, how about reach out to someone? Loneliness grows fastest at night. A simple conversation can change the entire mood of the evening. One thing that's really important is guard against numbing. TV isn't the enemy. Phones aren't the enemy. Just use them with discretion. Because when they become a way to avoid feelings, That's when evenings slip away unnoticed. Life is too precious to numb ourselves through 4 years of evenings. Hope and encouragement. You know, if your evenings feel lonely or empty, or if you feel that time slips through your fingers in those hours, you are not alone. This is incredibly common in retirement, especially after losing a partner or leaving the workforce. But this is the part that I want you to remember. You can shape your evenings. You can fill them with things that matter. You can create small routines that bring warmth and comfort and meaning back into the close of the day. You deserve evenings that feel alive, not wasted. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'd love to hear in the comments. You can put them down below because I read all of them and our community reads them all and is growing. But what do your evenings look like now? And what small change would you make to make them feel better? Your ideas might help someone who's actually struggling in this part of life. Take care of yourselves and take care of those precious evening hours. They're worth far more than we realize.